In this video, I will prove to you beyond any doubt that the purpose of the pharmaceutical companies is to control the population, further the white man's agenda while downplaying the real underlying cause of the problems of society. Bipolar disorder does not exist. I will prove that to you through numbers and symptoms of behavior and other problems that we all agree do exist. Now, bear with me a second. I'm about to turn the camera around. It might mess with the mic. Okay, the first I give you, my first proof, I give you the symptoms of what they claim is manic disorder and bipolar disorder. Okay, they say if you're feeling unusually high or optimistic or extremely irritable, unrealistic, grandiose beliefs about one's abilities or powers, sleeping very little, talking so rapidly that others can't keep up. That just doesn't make any sense because people have different degrees of intelligence. But anyway, racing thoughts, jumping quickly from one idea to the next, highly distractible, unable to concentrate, impaired judgment and impulsiveness, acting recklessly without thinking about the consequences, delusions and hallucinations in severe cases. It goes on to say that feeling hopeless, sad, empty, irritable, inability to experience pleasure, fatigue, physical, mental slugness, appetite or weight loss, sleep problems, concentration and memory problems, feeling worthlessness and guilt, thoughts of death or suicide. So, all these are their proposed symptoms of a mental disorder, a mood disorder, which does not exist. Now, let's go to the symptoms of the disorders, of the problems that we all agree do exist. Okay, we go to the symptoms of hunger: gurgling, rumbling or grumbling in the stomach, dizziness, faint or lightheadedness, headache, irritability, easily agitated, lack of concentration. So, I have just overlapped with the first one: irritability, inability to experience pleasure, which has to do with concentration, sleep problems, concentration, memory problems, obviously concentration. Now, thoughts of death or suicide, of course. As you get hungry, you start feeling like, hey, I can't feed myself. You get depressed for a good reason. You get put in a sad state of mind for a good reason. Now, go on to give you these are the symptoms of road rage here. It is mentally condemning others, drivers, or entertaining thoughts of violence, verbally expressing condemnation of drivers to passengers and vehicles, motorists violating traffic safety rules, engaging in aggressive and risky driving, following too close, speeding, weaving in and out of traffic, speeding up to beat a traffic, cutting between change lanes, using horn excessively, flashing headlights excessively at oncoming traffic, motorists sharply brake into... Okay, so they're basically describing the symptoms and the behavior, okay? What they're saying is these guys went from acting normal, now all of a sudden they're condemning drivers and talking about, cussing them out, flipping them off, thinking about hurting them, and they're violating the traffic chasing rules, they're speeding too close, they're weaving in and out of traffic. What are they doing? They're doing an exaggerated version of what they claim bipolar disorder to be. So the most common behavioral disorder, if you want to call it that, I don't even call it that, I'll call it behavioral state of mind. The most common state of mind that leads to symptoms of a so-called mood disorder, which doesn't exist, is road rage, right? Road rage and hunger. Because 1/3 of our kids are not fed properly. And the lead cause of death in teens is prescription pills. So couple the two together. 1/3 of our kids not fed properly, lead cause of death, prescription pills, the symptoms of road rage overlap with bipolar disorder, the population control agenda of the white man is to downplay the achievements and the problems of the black man to further the white man's agenda. So, if you downplay the real problem, which is the city planning, which is not the population but how you've placed the population, throwing all the minorities in one cramped part of town, and the residential and business districts are laid out in a certain way that is conducive to poverty and crime, and you saw that in the Warsaw Ghetto in World War II. As well as you saw road rage with the Nazis, and you saw road rage with the Pharaohs, and with the Romans, and the Greeks, and the Persians, and the Syrians, and the Phoenicians, and the Sea Peoples, so on. Because even in the chariots, they had road rage. This is a natural state of mind when you're in a certain environment. Now, what is hunger? Hunger is a result of the environment. The environment is where? The environment is America. 1 in 3 kids is not fed properly in the environment of America, which leads to irritability, and you couple that with their caffeine withdrawal, which leads to irritability and swift changes of mood of will. You cover that with their coffee, Coke, you know what I'm saying? You couple that with other drug withdrawals, which cause the same kind of activity. You couple that. Okay, I've already coupled that with the symptoms of caffeine, the symptoms of road rage, the symptoms of hunger, and you got to realize that females have that time of the month. You know how females have mood swings during their PMS, right? Now, they also get accused of having mood swings when they don't have them. How many females listening to this video right now know that men have downplayed their other problems by saying, oh, they're just having mood swings. It's just that time of the month. It's the same thing. And it's a bunch of female fucking shrinks pushing it. Bunch of witches, vampiresses, on record. Thank you.